Okay, so I am live. Hey, I'm live. Hooray, everybody. What's up? It's your papa. I decided to take 5 seconds really quick. I know it's an impromptu live. This is straight off the hip. I'm checking in. It's Tuesday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a great Monday. I hope you had a great Tuesday. I hope everything's going wonderful for y'all out there in YouTube land and later on in Facebook land and wherever, what have you. I know it's been a bit, but I wanted to touch base with y'all tonight because it's a chock full of stuff going on this week. So I wanted to say thank you all for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for all of y'all staying here. And hi, Dewey. Just wanted to let you know, thinking about you. Um, Firstly, I wanted to touch on every month at La Casa de Juju. We are, and I'm changing this over because that's another big thing too. If you didn't know, Louisiana Curio Shop is now Casa de Juju, and it will all be fixed up and changed up shortly. But yep, we decided to go with something that was more towards our roots, something more that was more towards what the original vision we wanted was. So, ta-da! So that's happening. That's going on, and it's still the same great customer service, wonderful products, and all the other good stuff, but with a whole new name that's a little bit more in league with what we're doing. So there's that. Then, secondly, we are doing monthly mentorship membership mentorings and workshops within them too. So it's kind of like a certain patronized thing. I don't want to get into legal problems, but it's not. So you get on a membership with Casa de Juju, and you get to find out how to use different formulations, like the formulation of the month, how to use it, different ideas, how to work with it, how to get the best use of their product, how to work with each and every different type of the product. The formulation and which products, like how to use the soap, how to use the herbs, how to use the oils, how to use them all in tandem, how to layer stuff, and you get to spend time with yours truly. And there's different tiers of membership. The first tier is it's like coming, like I said, it's La Casa de Juju. So it's coming in like a house. So the first tier is known as the front porch. And this level gives you access to the workshop of the month and or the recording that'll be available for 70 days. And that's going to be at one level of donation. The next one is Le Salon or El Salon and or the living room. And this gives you access to the workshop of the month and the recording, like like on the porch, but you also get a sample size of the Juju Essence oil of the formulation of the month and a sample size of the sachet powder that of that formulation. And there's a tier donation on that level. Then there's another one called La Kitchen, which is access to the workshop and or the recording and a full standard size bottle of your Juju Essence spiritual oil and a standard size bag of Juju Bush herbal dressing of that formulation. And then last tier is Cafe con Juju, which is all of the last part plus a half-hour consult with yours truly, where we get deeper into what you want to do and troubleshooting, and you just get to talk to me about whatever you want to do, about just mentoring on what you want. And that has its tier donation as well. So there's different tiers that you can come in on, learn and work with and do, get your hands on, get your hands into the work, the juju, the magic, the whole nine yards. And with the last tier, Cafe con Juju, we get to sit down and expand past the workshop on whatever you want to talk about. So let me know what you think about that. And this month's formulation of the month is our La Madama blend. Now, again, a lot of people, it's kind of like, ooh, how dare you speak of these things? There isn't this. There's a lot of controversy, but the spiritual commission of Las Madamas, because there isn't just one Madama spirit, this is a whole phalanx, a commission of spirits. I've talked about this before, but this spiritual commission is one that comes with a person's spiritual court, and this is from the slant of Puerto Rican and Caribbean spiritism or espiritismo de la mesa blanca, white table spiritism, and This is a commission of spirits that were in life African descended women who were people of the household. They were like slave women or freed women that would be housekeepers or home help. They were the help, for lack of a better term. And they were also healers, curanderas, those who herbs, those who knew how to heal, those who were spiritual practitioners of one sort. Some of them were mambos, some of them were santeras, some of them are paleras. Now, there's a lot of saying that goes, no, that can't be possible because XYZ. But to be perfectly honest, there are things that these spirits have spoken of that have been right according to liturgy. When you come up and they go, oh, well, if they were a priest or a priestess, how come this, how do they know this, or do they know this? And they actually give testimony on it that it is true. So there's more going on in the spiritual realm than we actually know. So I like to defer to, they know more than we do because they're spirits and they live there. But again, there's always that amount of questioning and understanding. And there are certain spirits like this that are elevated spirits. And you won't have to really have to like question them and really put your finger on them and be like, what are you? But that's another tea for another time. But staying on subject, because y'all know, y'all who know me knows I can go on a tangent and stay there. Um, these spirits are healing spirits, are loving spirits, are very protective spirits. They will help you with your psychic development, spiritual development. They usually are very, very skilled at herbal remedies, herbal cleansings, and they know how to use different spiritual um remedies and spiritual help for you. They accompany a lot of people who are spiritual workers, readers, and those who are mediums. They are amazing spirits to have. If they're in your spiritual court, you're lucky. They are here to help cleanse and protect you. And they're also very, very caring. A lot of them are characters. Some of them are West Indian, so they're going to be characters. They're going to have some things to say, and they really don't mince bones, do they? But when you're working with these spirits and they're in your spiritual court, it's a beautiful, wonderful vibe that they come with. And that commission is very beloved by me because I have a couple, and they are I know what I'd do without those ladies in my life. So this blend was made for them. And if you look in the old prayers, those old espiritista prayers, the old prayers that we had from, the collection of, what is it, the selected prayers that were used since back in the day, that'll tell you what herbs were used, like apazote, mint, basil, rue, all of these, what they're called espiritismo herbs, that were always used for cleansings and blessings and works, and a couple of other things. And that's what I use, following tradition, using the traditional ways to blend up all of the formulation that is made for these spirits. Of course, this was also handed down not just by prayers and by what we use and what my family used, but also spiritual intervention, because these madamas told me what to put in these herbs and this oil, and people love it. It works, and it has been amazing. So, suffice to say, it works. But that is the formulation, and this formulation comes in soap form, in herbal dressing, in oil, in powder, and even in bath crystal form. So, if you're interested, hit me up, let me know what's up, send me a message, send me an email, leave a comment in the sections below. Or if you're seeing this on Facebook, you already know the drill. Let me know what's up, and I'll let you know not only about the memberships and all that information, but the information on getting your formulation in, as well as other formulations that we have, because there's a lot of other stuff we make. There's a lot of other formulas we do. And if you want, we can even send you a little catalog that'll tell you what we do and how we, well, not how we do it, but what we do. But anywho, also this week I am teaching a class in tandem with Big Liz Conjure, which is along the lines of knowing this stuff, which is how to use your household products. It's like homespun juju. So how do you do stuff, work with stuff that's already in your home? How do you make things that are around you and more energized to put them in a part of your magical practice? It's kind of like a 101, but also good for people that are already being practitioners, seasoned practitioners, and experienced folk, how to incorporate things into your life and make that wonderful magic in your home. Because now more than ever, we need to be protecting ourselves. We need to be watching ourselves and aligning ourselves, especially with all the wild energy and wild things that are out there right now. Home is where the heart is, and home is your temple. Home is your place where things get their strength from, and you get your strength from. This is everything. Home is everything. Home is where the heart is. So, little moment. But on that note, also, what else could I say? We touched on the formulation. We touched on the memberships. We touched on the new Casa de Juju logos and where we're going at, and classes. And yes, the deadline, because I'm doing this on my own. Jeff is not taping me today. He's doing other things. So the deadline for enrollment in the membership for this month is this very week on the 13th. Now, it is because if you enroll at the higher tiers, pardon me, y'all, my eyes itching. I think somebody's doing brujeria to me. Carajo. If you're enrolling at the higher levels, since they come with products, we want to make sure that all your products are ready to be sent out so you can have them in time for the class and work in tandem with the class. Also, we'll be sending out little things you might need, or a little rundown of things you might want to have for the workshop itself, so that you can have all of that and be ready for the workshop and be on point. So again, the 13th, which is Thursday of this week, is the cutoff for the memberships. Also, the 13th is when I'm teaching that class, Homespun Juju, with excuse me, Big Liz Conjure. And you can go from now until, and I'll leave a link in the comments below on how to get into that class if you want to get to that class and learn how to use smoke and waters and sacred things to purify, bless, and protect your home and all that good stuff, and how to bring good things into your life. And I'll be doing another class with her through Big Liz Conjure the week after that, which is about altars and shrines and work tables, sacred spaces where you can work with the divine. If you've ever wanted to know why we set up an altar, what are we doing, all that good stuff. And I'll put another video on this later on. But like I said, this one's going to be a quickie because we're in 12 minutes already, and I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. But thank you. Hey, is that an answer? Hey, blessings, girl. I didn't think anybody was going to be on. Thank you, my darling. Mwah, sending you much love. I was just talking about stuff, but I'm going to put this up everywhere. So if you missed anything, I got you. Again, I want to thank y'all for spending time with me. Thank you for listening to my craziness. Thank you for being a part of La Casa de Juju. Come on up and sit a spell, y'all. There's stuff to do and wonderful things to have. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll be checking in again. Sorry again for not being as prolific I'd like to be, but we're switching that up. And before I leave, we are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. So you know what that means, don't you? Okay, it's time for using the R's, the REs that are coming up. Rethink, refocus, review, revise. Keep that in mind and understand that things are going to take a little bit. Things are going to have a little bit of communication problems, and just act accordingly. I don't think we should walk into every retrograde fearing everything. Just know that, okay, this is how we need to work with. This is what we need to work with. This is how we're operating for now. So great, cool. This gives me a minute to reshuffle and refocus so I can get back into the swing. And on that note, again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. I send all that back and more. And I am going to pop off for now, but many blessings, all the good juju, love, peace, and hair grease. Mwah. Love y'all, and later. Stay in touch.